I am Vinnie Tortorich, folks. Your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, just like the woman on the other mic. I'm talking about the beautiful Miss Gina Grad. Do you know this song, Gina?
Is that Chris Stapleton song?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I think
Everything.
I might like Chris Stapleton.
I think you would. All of his songs are great.
Yeah.
There's never a clunker from him. I mean, the guy, he's got the voice, just everything.
And he looks manly.
Oh, he's a man. As a matter of fact, Lucchese, who is my favorite boot maker, and yes, the boots I always wear. Oh wait, I forgot to change my hat. Different show.
Oh yeah, got a new hat.
Yeah, I'm putting a new hat on. Here we go. All right.
Oh, I like that.
So,
Burly.
Lucchese does a Chris Stapleton inspired boot.
Really?
Yeah, I think I actually have those.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, from the Stapleton collection.
This is a burly, brawny man I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see, Lucchese. I know we got to keep moving today. Do you have anything over there?
I do. I read this twice because I thought I'm going to read it just plain. And then actually 3 times, I'm going to look at it like I believe what they're saying. And then I'm going to try and put my Vinnie glasses on and give it one more look-see. So I think there might be a conspiracy, and this might be the first you've heard of it. Certainly first I've heard of it. I think big broccoli and big Brussels sprout and big cauliflower, I think those are all over. I think the new one is big date. Because, everybody says, like, all the quote unquote health accounts on Instagram and everything, like, oh, just make sure you substitute dates for whatever sugar, and you're going to be so much healthier. Put the dates in, the medjool dates, the dates. And they've gotten such good press lately that Time magazine did a whole thing on, so, what's up with the date? And I'm like, wow, are dates really having a moment like this? So, Vinnie, this whole article from Time magazine is dedicated to the date. They found some rando registered dietitian to talk about the health benefits of dates, and I'd like to read you a few.
Go on.
So they say they're high in fiber. I got bored with that one and moved on, but high in fiber. This one I like. They provide quick energy. So your body uses sugar, Vinnie. That's a form of a carbohydrate, and they use it for energy. And dates deliver plenty. In that 4 dates, there are about 66 grams of sugar. And that's a good thing because that gives you that quick energy. They have protein. Did you like this? You don't have to eat a burger patty. You can just have a date because dates are really sweet and sugary, yeah, but a serving contains about 2 grams of protein. So it got its own category of having protein in it. Apparently they have electrolytes. God, your face. Oh boy. Nobody wants to see this right now. They have lots of electrolytes, and something that I really don't know anything about and didn't know we needed, rich in copper. You'll also get apparently 40% of your daily recommended amount of copper in dates. And if dates aren't your thing just to eat, don't worry, because they recommend you put them in your smoothies, to make them real nice and sweet and delicious. Chop them up and make energy balls with them. You can slice them, fill them with peanut butter and dark chocolate for a fun snack, lower in added sugar. And chop them up and add them to your oatmeal because, that's a great way to start the day. Or you can puree them into a paste and use the blended dates as a 1-to-1 sugar replacement in baked goods because that's healthier. All hail the date. Time magazine.
Time magazine, you say?
Time.com.
Dates are nature's sugar turds. Only eat dates.
I did not know you were going to say that.
Only eat dates if you absolutely want to be unhealthy.
Wow.
I've had a lot of milkshakes in my life. As you know, I'm a sugarholic.
Yeah, which is shocking to me.
And I stay away from sugar as if it's a rattlesnake
Mm,
because I know it bites and I know it can kill.
mm. And it's a very addictive, obviously.
But I was driving once towards Palm Springs,
I know where this is going.
and I stopped at Handy's or Hadley's or something.
Hadley's.
Is it called Hadley's?
Mhm.
Hadley's. Oh, Vinny, you got to get the date shake. You can't
Famous.
leave here without the date shake.
You must have a date shake from the desert.
It's the best shake you will ever date shake. You got to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love a shake.
Sure.
I could not finish it because it was too sweet.
Oh my God.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Somebody who lives for sugar, who loves sugar, who
There
would
was
eat
a
it if he
coma.
could.
There was a coma amount of sugar
Oh,
in this thing. Hadley's.
let me
Now,
do a quick search here.
you said 4 dates.
Yeah.
60 some odd grams of sugar. I think you said 66.
66.
Hmm. You know how many grams of sugar is in a Coca-Cola?
How many?
12-ounce Coke?
How many?
I think somewhere around, I want to say 38. Can you look that up before you look up
Yep.
Hadley's? I'm saying 38. It could be 40.
Wait, so 4 dates is more than a can of Coke?
Oh, hang on. 2
Hold
cans
on.
of Coke is what I'm trying to get to. If you
Hold
have
on.
38,
There are 39 grams of sugar in a 12-ounce
the
Coke.
2 times 39 is 78.
8.
Okay. So 4 dates is slightly less than drinking 2 cans of Coke in
24
sugar.
ounces of Coke.
Now, I've had dates, and boy, they are delicious.
Mhm. Wrapped in with bacon.
It's one of the few things you can eat where you can actually, in the fruit, taste the sugar crunching between your teeth when you're
Yes.
eating it. Am I
Yes.
making that up, Gina?
No, you are not.
When you eat dates, your teeth will hurt. That's how much sugar's in them.
You know why you were sick and you couldn't finish that date shake?
Go
Um,
on.
I wanna make sure I'm reading this right. It says, "How much sugar in California date shakes?" Amount of sugar, 117.4 grams.
Okay. So that's like what? 4 cans of Coke, maybe 3?
Sure.
Yeah. Just to give you a reference.
My God.
Okay.
20 dates per shake.
If you're getting if you're getting 66 grams of sugar in order to get 2, 4, 6, 8 grams of protein, you got yourself a fucking problem, folks.
You're pre-diabetic, I'd imagine.
I mean, oh, it's got protein. Really? That's like saying, hey, Vin, stop those filterless Camel. Get yourself some Pall Malls with the filters.
Yeah, the
It'll be a
toasted
lot
tip.
better.
Yeah, they're healthy.
Do they still make Pall Malls?
I don't think so.
Get yourself a Marlboro, Vin.
Yeah,
Got
you
the
gotta
filter.
smoke your Pall Mall on your Pan Am flight.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. It's like,
Yes.
you know, 4 dates and you're worried about copper? You get copper from everything you eat.
Yeah, I don't know anything about copper.
Yeah, we need copper.
Okay.
Really, you go on dates for your daily intake of copper? You're going to take in the last show, you read a thing that said, hey, you should get 50 grams of sugar, no more
Sugar.
per day. You're at 66 on 4 dates, but hey, you got copper and you got 2 grams of protein.
And that might be breakfast, so you're in a deficit for the rest of the day.
And Time Magazine is calling this the fruit of the year. You see what you see what I'm getting at,
Yeah.
right?
It's confusing. It's of course a little clickbaity because the title of the article is "Are dates actually that good for you?" And I thought, "Oh, okay, so here's something that Vinny's going to agree with. Like, we've all been, we've given too much shine to the date. Here's why it's no, 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 no." Like, well, we spoke to many dietitians and guess what? Great for quick energy, seeing as how there's 66 grams of sugar in 4 of them and, a little protein, if that's what you're interested in, almost 2 grams. And I'm like, "Oh boy, I need to show this to Vinnie."
And
And
those
here
are
and
guys.
and a million ways of how to serve them. So if big data isn't behind this, I'm confused.
Oh, listen, there's no sure. And by the way, people are going to read that. Someone will read that. When I say someone, many people
Mhm.
will read that. And then that will, for the next 10 years, they're going to go, oh, no, dates are good. I read an article in Time Magazine. It's good for you.
And this goes back to something you've said a million times, which is, Vinny, you don't understand. This birthday cake is healthy because I didn't use sugar. I used agave nectar, honey, and dates. So it tastes just like the real thing.
Gina, before I even started this podcast, I want to say around 2005 or six, the first time I heard agave nectar. Before that, the only time I heard agave was related to tequila,
Tequila. Yeah,
right?
same.
It's all made from agave. They
Right,
ferment the sugar from this agave cactus, pretty much,
right,
and they make this tequila.
right.
And then I heard agave nectar.
Yeah,
And
that's newish.
my clients would go, you think 2005, 2000, we're now looking at 20 years.
Oh boy, I thought it
20 years
was
ago.
where did the time go?
And I would go, no, that's not. And it's like, no, 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 no. Vinny, you don't understand. It comes from the agave plant.
Yeah, it's from the earth.
So it's healthier
Right.
than cane sugar.
Yes.
And
That
I
also
would say
from
to him, where cane sugar, that comes from a plant too. It comes from sugar cane.
yeah.
That's a plant. And they
CNH,
would
pure
go,
cane sugar.
yeah. And they would go, yeah, but that's not as good as this because this is better. It's like, how? And they couldn't give me an answer, right?
Because it is.
Because someone at Whole Foods
Plants.
told them, hey, this is better.
Right. Right.
And now everyone's talking to me about allulose and this and that and the whole thing. And when I tell them it's not better, they go, stay in your lane, Vin. No, this is my fucking lane.
Yeah, this is
Get
the
out of my
lane.
lane. It's my
Exactly.
diamond lane. Don't mess with me. I know where
And to
my
take
lane is.
and to take this a step further, because I know your thoughts on this as well, we fight with the kid about this because, adults do this too, but kids live and die for finding loophole or finding holes in your theory, as an adult. And but no, but you said. So I go, sorry, it's not happening. It's too high in sugar. It's too high in sugar. Then he hits me with diet Coke and diet and sugar free this and sugar free that. He goes, look, there's no sugar. What could possibly be the problem? And I go, and I pull a Vinny. I go, turn it around. Okay. Read me the ingredient. Count. Don't even read them because you're 8. Count the ingredients. 1, 2, 27. I go, those are all chemicals made in a laboratory.
Yeah.
That's not good for you. But it's no sugar. So they're trying to figure it out too.
I deal with that every day on the consults, in the VIP group. It's amazing.
And yeah.
People, but it's not sugar, but it is.
And what like when we spent our 4-hour hot and heavy coffee date at Starbucks the first time,
Mhm.
and it took you that long to convince me that you may know something, and then the last thing you did was put a little heavy cream in your coffee, and I said, "Okay, this was a waste of time." And then I finally came around. But the same thing happened when you said, now please correct me if I'm misquoting you. Sugary soft drinks, bad, 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 bad. You're not going to convince me that they're okay. And that said, I'd rather you have one of those than a diet soft drink.
Yeah. Even more of a carcinogen. You're drinking a carcinogen. It's the equivalent. I always say this, if people think I'm joking, is like, I would rather see you start cigarettes to get rid of your Diet Coke habit. And they go, oh, come on, Vin. It's like, I'm not making that up. Right.
And that's so scary because we might be dumb, but we're not evil. It's like we assume as citizens of this country and citizens of this society that our best interest is being taken into consideration. It's, obviously we have to do a little more digging and we have to listen to people who we trust like you. But it's not so far-fetched to think, well, it's the government. Like, they're not going to try and kill their own people. They're not going to try and hurt us. It's not so crazy that we think that way. But unfortunately, there are a couple of holes in that
The
theory.
government, you know, I said that in my first film at the end of Fat, a documentary. If you're waiting for the government to come in and save you, or you're waiting for big food or big pharma to do the right thing, think again. And by the way, they don't hate you. They're not
Mhm.
trying to kill you. They're all selling products, right? Whether it's the government or big food or big pharma, it doesn't matter. They're selling a product. They don't have anything against you. As a matter of fact, they love you because you're buying their shit.
Right.
Look, I mean, when Obama said um, during his first term, we're going to now start calling pizza a vegetable.
Wait a second. I got to look that up.
Gina, I could not make that up. It's like, well, we know who pays his bills, right?
Oh my God.
We in schools, they started counting that according to President Obama. And by the way, folks, this is not political. I just call them like I see them. I was saying great things about a Democratic governor the other day, president the other day, the first Kennedy.
Yeah. And NBC News from 2011. Pizza is a vegetable. Congress says yes.
Yep, he got that passed through Congress.
Oh my God.
You think I make this stuff up?
Oh my God. This is very scary.
Yeah.
And frozen French fries.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. I love this quote. I'm sure you've seen it. Something like, I wish lobbyists had to wear patches, sponsor patches on their suits like NASCAR drivers, so we could see who's paid for and what they paid for.
Oh, there would not be enough space.
Oh, no.
Look, I've always used this argument. And again, I'm touching the third rail here for a second. But, everyone complains about the NRA,
Mhm.
right? And seemingly the right loves it and the left hates it, right?
Sure.
Okay. Since Reagan was shot, that was the last time we made any kind of, the Brady bill was the last time anything significantly happened with guns.
Mm,
That was a Republican guy,
right.
right? Now, if the left hated guns so much, we've had how many years of did we have with Clinton?
8,
Okay,
right?
was it 4 or 8? I can't remember.
I feel like he was a two-termer.
Let's figure it out. I want to do this math correctly. I want people to see how lobbies do everything, and I'm using the NRA to let you understand how this happens.
Hold on.
Okay.
Boy, it's funny how the years are just rolling by.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 93 to 2001. 2 terms.
8 years.
Yeah.
And then Obama had 8 years. What do we
Mhm.
have there? 16?
16.
And then so far since then, Biden is coming up to
4.
4. What does
Yeah.
that give you, Gina?
20.
20 years since the Brady bill was passed, the last time any significant gun change happened. And that happened on the right, the people who love guns.
Right.
We've had 20 years of presidents who were on the left, who supposedly hate guns. And we've had Congress controlled by the left for a majority of that time. How many gun laws have been passed?
I can't think of any.
Zero. So you got to ask yourself why? Why? Because the NRA, the dirty little secret is they give as much money to the right as they give to the left. Period.
This might be the first time I've ever heard that.
Okay. Well, am I making this up?
I doubt you're making it up.
Well, make
I've
it up.
never heard it.
Look, so I'm using that as an example because it's not a food example.
Right.
You see, these people go into office, they don't have any money, but when they leave office, they're rich. Where does the money come from? It comes from lobbyists. It comes from special interest groups, right?
Right.
The left, I purport that the left gets as much money from the NRA as the right.
It's
That's
amazing.
the dirty little secret that they play. Because
Wow.
20 years of the left ruling, who supposedly every time someone gets shot, you could get shot with a slingshot, they yell AR-15,
Right.
right? You can use it. You can use a bow and arrow. It's
Mm,
AR-15, right?
mm,
But that's not what you hear,
right.
right? So if we're doing it with that, what are we doing with food and pharma, right? When you start calling pizza a very smart man, Barack Obama, a very smart individual.
Yeah.
He knows,
Tomato paste
he
on the
knows
pizza.
that pizza is not a vegetable,
Yeah.
but he's calling it a vegetable.
But what happened to my plate from your wife?
No idea, right?
It's
It's
very scary
a,
because we've talked about this too before, and I keep promising and threatening to come in with a list, and I know I've been slacking, but all the foods that are banned overseas that we can't get enough of here.
I'm looking something up while you're talking.
Well, and that's, like, and having been to Europe a million times, there's plenty of things that are just outright banned. They cannot be sold in European countries, and we don't know the difference. We eat it. It's allowed. So I have an old list from the first time we talked about that, and I'd like to give it another pass because that is very eye-opening.
But
And not to say
wait,
that,
before you go there,
yeah,
I want you to do. I want to look this up to make sure I was right because I remember
yeah,
seeing this photo. I want you to put into the Google machine
yep.
these words: Obama shooting a shotgun. This was a press photo that they put out. Oh,
Oh, wow, yeah.
okay. That's not a cheap fake or a deep fake or anything.
No.
I remember when that came out, I was like, oh, looky here.
I mean, I think he's skeet shooting.
Does it matter?
No, I mean, isn't that what you do at Camp David? You go around and you shoot stuff
Yeah.
for sport.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So before you think I'm making shit up, that's
Yeah,
why I like to do things like this. I like
yeah,
to, show you, you can find the stuff that's out there.
yeah,
Everyone out there, go put in Obama shooting a shotgun and he's shooting.
yeah.
And by the way, that was put out by the press. If he's against guns, you would not let a
I wouldn't
picture
either.
be released of
Yeah,
him shooting a gun.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that, this society is so divisive that you think, "Oh, well, so you must be way on this side if you're talking about the" No, no. Doesn't have to be extreme, doesn't
Right.
have to be, not everybody's looking for a fight.
Right.
It's not it's not about that. We're just having a conversation that doesn't get talked about very often,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make you Alex Jones to ask questions about the food pyramid.
Yeah. That's all I'm doing. And again, the food pyramid is not a right thing or a left thing. It's just a thing that government puts out. Look, I mean, we had Bush and we had the other Bush
Mhm,
and we had Trump.
mhm.
They didn't fix it.
No, he when the athletes came for the congratulations dinner, it was all McDonald's and Taco Bell.
He gave him McDonald's.
Yeah.
That was an odd and interesting choice.
You go into the White House, you're wearing your best clothes, what are we having, pheasant under glass? Oh, a Whopper, I know those.
No, you get a filet of fish though.
Yeah.
You know, does McDonald's make the filet of fish or is that Burger King?
No, that's McDonald's, and I think they really pump it hard during Lent.
Of course.
You know that. All those commercials for fish sandwiches are during Lent.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, I don't see commercials, so I
Yep.
watch.
That they
But,
really push them.
the point I like to make is look at who's in office and look at what never changes. Big pharma, big food never changes. And I proved it by using the NRA. Never
Right.
changes.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're giving money to everybody.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, my side doesn't go for this. You need to think again.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing that math my entire life. And when you're me and you're not on the right or the left, you can say, I can sit there in the middle and go, oh, this is what they're doing.
You can call it like it is
Yeah.
because
I can
you're
tell
not
balls and
beholden
strikes.
to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can call balls and strikes because Corolla used to talk about the in football we should have a GIMP. You ever hear him talk about the GIMP?
I don't remember.
The replay GIMP, because
Oh yeah.
what they say in football, and look, he's got a very strong point.
Yeah.
They go under the hood and they look at the play, and then you know what they come on television and what they'll say?
What?
They will say not enough evidence to overthrow what was seen on the field.
Right.
Okay. That's not what we asked you to do. Really. We asked you to look at this with fresh eyes.
Right.
So guy who just made the wrong call, now you want to, make yourself right. So there's a good chance that they're ebbing towards not making the call changed because you're telling everyone, hey, we were wrong. No, you are human.
Correct.
You can't see things in real time. But we have these devices all around the play, 20 different views where we can see what actually happened in 1080p or whatever they call it. Is that what they call it?
High def.
High def. We can see it, right? We didn't ask you if it was enough to overthrow it. So that's why Corolla goes, we should bring out the GIMP. A guy that's not on your team or the other team, he doesn't even know who's playing. You just take his mask off and go, okay, what happened here? And go with that answer.
He's right.
I'm like the political GIMP.
Yes. With a ball gag.
I don't care about the right. I don't care about the left. I vote for who I vote for, and I don't give a shit. Right? I just do what I'm going to do. But I look around and go, okay, what actually happens?
Well, and you come at it from a very interesting perspective because you didn't say, look at what changes. You said, look at what doesn't change.
Right.
And that is a very astute and very interesting angle to pay more attention to.
So the next time someone says, Sandy Hook and people died, horrible things, right? These horrible things. I still think about that and those nightmares of what these parents are still living through. And, all these shootings everywhere. And I go, this is a horrible thing, right? And we got to figure out a way around this. I don't know what the answer. I wish I knew. If I had the answer, I wouldn't be doing this for a living anymore. I'd be talking about that, but I don't have the answer. What I do know is that we have a problem, and it doesn't matter who's in office, nothing gets done.
That's right.
But a lot of people in office leave office rich. So you tell me what happened. Right?
Very solid
Now,
point.
I'll tell you someone who's not rich, but she'd like to make a dime. Her name is Gina Grad, and she's got a book that you guys need to go buy.
Truer words were never spoken. Yes, please get it. I saw somebody on some publishing forum I'm on say, I really, really want to get rich. So how do I write a book? And after I pick myself up off the floor laughing, because that's not why I did it. But I do have a book called My Extra Mom. It's a step parenting book. It's a book for all kinds of different blended families. Please pick it up. It's on sale on Amazon. You can just go to VinnieTortorich.com, click the banner, it'll take you right there. And for Instagram, Gina Grad, My Extra Family, and Grain-Free Comfort Food is where you find me.
Don't forget to rate and review this podcast. Go do it. Also, you just heard it, Amazon. Go to VinnieTortorich.com first. Do all that kind of good stuff. Gina, there's a song that we used to play all the time. It's a country song, but it's a country crossover song.
Ooh.
This song by itself made people like who's the girl that everyone goes see with the bracelets?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I wanted to say Tiffany something, but
oh Lord.
So sorry, Taylor. I know you're the biggest star out there. Taylor Swift could not have been possible without two people paving the way. One person was a guy named Mutt Lange.
Oh.
And the other person was Mutt Lange's wife. Folks, on behalf of Gina Grad, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with this old favorite.